With the Corolla Cross, Toyota is closing a gap in the model range that is not visible to everyone. Up to now, there has been a gap between the rather sporty CHR, which is not particularly spacious, in the rear and the RAV4. Toyota marketing has recognized that the RAV4 it is too big and too expensive for many customers, while some people are bothered by the idiosyncratic design of the CHR and its not particularly ample space. Toyota did what had to do. The CHR is now accompanied by the Corolla Cross as a more classic SUV. It costs a little more than the CHR but offers more everyday utility because of the larger cargo room with its up to 433 liters of luggage space, and the most rugged look is based on the same platform with the CHR. The more conventional body design it offers more space in the interior and trunk and slightly better variability. The Toyota Corolla has been rolling off the assembly line in Japan since 1966 and is now in its 13th generation. Over the years, it has earned its reputation for durability and reliability worldwide. Brand new is its appearance under the name suffix Cross in the popular format of a compact SUV. Will this succeed? Let's see it closer and find that out. Let's see what is under the hood of the brand new Corolla Cross. Even though it is an all-new model, if you kind of peel the layers and look behind the scenes, everything is not really that new, and that is actually a good thing. And so, under the hood of the Corolla Cross, we only have the one engine option. That is the 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, the M20A FKS Dynamic Force engine. This engine is also installed in several other Toyota models, such as the Corolla hatchback or the CHR. There are only few changes made here, as first, the air intake system has been optimized to help the airflow while on its way to the cylinder create a twirl so that it will fill up better the cylinder for better combustion. The fuel system is the Toyota well-known D4S and has direct and port injection. Port injection helps to avoid carbon build-up behind the valves. This engine is getting sometimes loud when the operation mode is on the direct injection because of the high pressure fuel pump are creating clicking sounds, but this is absolutely not a problem. Here we also have an electric motor at the intake side that spins the cam and it changes the timing as it speeds up and slows down, very similar to the 2.5-liter A25E engine of the RAV4. The thermal efficiency of this engine is very high and its fuel consumption and emissions are very low. We must also say that the coolant system has an electric water pump that helps the distribution of the coolant and helps the engine to warm up very rapidly and sends the coolant where it has to be. Let's take a look inside. The Corolla Cross, which like the CHR is based on the modern TNGA Toyota platform, makes more of its 2.64-meter wheelbase. You can feel it in the interior when you sit and in the trunk when you load your luggage. Inside the Corolla Cross is a little more modern. The front seats are in a slightly raised sitting position with plenty of room around the legs, hips, shoulders and over the head. Only on the passenger seat there is a small restriction with a headroom. A seat height adjustment, which is available on the driver's seat manually in Team Germany or electrically lounge, is not available on the front passenger seat. With a little consideration, the space is enough for 4 adults whereby the passenger should not be too big. His seat is not height adjustable and is fitted high enough. The passengers are better accommodated in the back of the and of course the driver. The comprehensive assistance equipment, which has been optimized in many functional areas, is pleasing, including an exit warning when a car or cyclist approaches from behind. The all-round view is also one of the plus points of the Corolla Cross, while some of the cheap-looking hard plastics and the tailgate that doesn't open far enough are on the minus side. In the rear seat, there is enough room and space for two adults to sit comfortably. Fifth place in the middle of the bench seat is generally not the most desirable seat in the car in the compact class. If there are three people in the back seat, the shoulder room for those sitting in the back automatically runs out with a vehicle width of just over 1.80 meters. And the legs are also less generous in the middle position. Compared to the Toyota CHR, however, the space in the rear seems more generous. There you feel constricted by the narrow, high-set side windows. Here the feeling of space is far more airy. When sitting in the back seat, you notice the generous amount of space, which leaves enough legroom even when the driver's seat is pushed back further. And this is where the biggest advantage lies compared to the CHR, with its limited space in the rear and the small window areas through which you really feel built in. It gets even more airy with a panoramic glass roof, which is standard in the launch and optional in the Corolla Cross team, Germany, and floods the interior with light. This can be enjoyed mainly on the bench. Their backrests can also be adjusted in inclination, which makes things even more comfortable. However, the Corolla Cross does not have a sliding rear seat. The newcomer offers the largest trunk capacity among Toyota's compact SUVs. The trunk of the CHR holds 377 liters, that of the Corolla Cross between 414 and 425 liters. The loading floor is adjustable in height. When loaded to the roof, a maximum storage volume of 549 liters is available. If the seat backrest, which can be folded down in a 60-40 ratio, is laid flat, there is significantly more space in the load compartment compared to the Toyota CHR. There the maximum load compartment capacity is 1160 liters, here are 1337. The maximum payload is around 400 kilograms. If more has to be transported, this can be done in the trailer if the optionally installed trailer hitch surcharge €750 was also ordered. However, there are better towing vehicles than the Corolla Cross, which can tow a trailer weighing up to 750 kilograms. The digital instruments are clearly laid out and easy to read. The infotainment runs centrally via the 10.5-inch touchscreen. Included are cloud-based navigation with real-time traffic information, an integrated voice assistant, and a 4-year subscription for the data connection. The menu navigation seems mostly logical, or at least intuitive to learn. The map display of the standard cloud-based navigation system was very simple. However, the fact that it tends to lag behind the navigation announcements by a second or two in turning situations is much more annoying. The safety equipment is also family-friendly. Even the entry-level Team Germany model has most of the assistance systems on board, starting with the active lane keeping assist to the crossing assist. The high level of security was confirmed in the test. USB-A port and an inductive smartphone charging cradle are available as connections in the front console and two USB-C ports in the rear. And when it comes to updates, the Toyota Corolla Cross is also up to date with the technology. They are carried out in a contemporary way over the air, without a visit to the workshop. Operating the infotainment system and surfing the menus is largely intuitive. With a smartphone, which can be integrated wirelessly into the system via Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, various functions of the vehicle can also be monitored and controlled remotely. The Find My Car function of the My T app enables a parked vehicle to be located. The door lock can be checked or activated from home. The same is possible with the air conditioning, which allows you to clear the windows of ice a few minutes before driving off in winter. The steering wheel and seat heating can also be activated via app. Even with the basic equipment Team Germany, the Toyota Corolla Cross is very well equipped with infotainment, comfort and safety features. In the top model launch, which cost €4,600 extra, leather covers enhance the interior and the interior fittings. In addition, there is a panoramic glass roof with electric sun blind. The 360-degree all-round vision system and the 3D navigation system with cloud and onboard navigation. Let's take it for a ride and see how it goes. The engine in the Toyota Corolla Cross is always a hybrid. A purely electric drive or a diesel engine are not planned for the new SUV. The power of the hybrid engine is transferred to the road via front-wheel or all-wheel drive. The switching work is always done by a continuously variable automatic transmission. The 1.8-liter hybrid, which is only available with front-wheel drive, has already proven itself in the Toyota CHR. In the Corolla Cross 1.8 hybrid, he works stronger. The performance of the electric motor has increased from 72 to 95 horsepower, and the system performance of the hybrid drive from 122 to 140 horsepower, with effect on driving performance. The Corolla Cross 1.8 hybrid accelerates from 0 to 100 in 9.9 seconds. The top speed is reached at 170. One can be satisfied with that, also because it saves. First when you buy it, then when you use it. However, the Corolla Cross 1.8 hybrid, which is expected in the second quarter of 2023, does not consume significantly less than the more powerful 2-liter. The Corolla Cross was launched with a 2-liter hybrid with front or all-wheel drive. The hybrid drive familiar from the Toyota CHR produces 152 with 4 cylinders and a displacement of 1,987 cubic centimeter. In the version with the front-wheel drive, the electric motor at the front shoots up 113 horsepower. With the all-wheel drive comes a second electric motor with 41 horsepower. The additional engine does not change anything in terms of overall performance. The system output is 197 horsepower for both the two-wheel and four-wheel drive versions of the 2-liter hybrid, and the system torque is 190 Newton meters. This makes it livelier than in the Corolla Cross 1.8. You are on the move, with more agile acceleration than you might expect from a family SUV. In just 7.7 seconds, the 1.6-ton weight is accelerated from a standstill to 100 kilometers. With the four-wheel drive, the speed is even a tenth faster. A speed of 180 kilometers is electronically limited, which not only makes sense from a safety perspective, but also from a consumption perspective. In economy mode, things are still moving forward with full sails, but in normal mode, they are already doing well. In sport mode, the engine reacts much more directly to gas commands and immediately translates this into acceleration. If you really slap on the gas, you still notice the character of the hybrid drive with continuously variable automatic. The petrol engine responds to sudden demands for performance with a howl. Quieter than before, but still noisy during sudden overtaking maneuvers. That's why you adjust to the character of the hybrid drive pretty quickly in the Corolla Cross Hybrid. A relaxed driving style is more appropriate here than hectic acceleration. The drive now works quietly and cultivated. There is hardly any sign of the change from petrol to electric operation. The Corolla Cross Hybrid also drives purely electrically, but only briefly, with a small battery. It is comfortable, and the steering and chassis leave a safe driving experience. With the all-wheel drive, the driving behavior gains additional driving stability. The Corolla Cross offers maximum active safety as a 2-liter hybrid with all-wheel drive, which costs €2,000 extra. The four-wheel drive is particularly recommended for snowy regions. Otherwise, the 2-liter hybrid with front-wheel drive and 197 horsepower fits very well. Toyota specifies a combined fuel consumption of 5.1 liters per 100 kilometers for the Corolla Cross. The all-wheel drive variant slurps up 0.2 to 0.3 liters more super fuel every 100 kilometers from the 43 liters tank. With the 1.8-liter hybrid, fuel consumption will be slightly lower. Like a plug-in hybrid or electric motor, the hybrid drive consumes the least in city traffic. This distinguishes from a pure petrol engine, which consumes the most in the city. The battery is charged here by frequent braking and deceleration, and the electric motor works more frequently when driving slowly without the petrol engine switching on. The electric motor can also switch on in other ways, but never for long. The Corolla Hybrid is not a plug-in hybrid in which you can cover longer distances purely electrically. The capacity of this battery is too low for that. The CO2 emissions in the 2-liter hybrid in the combined consumption range between 114 and 116 grams per kilometer in the front-wheel drive variant and between 121 and 122 grams per kilometer in the all-wheel drive variant. Both variants thus meet the Euro 6 AP emission standard. The Corolla Cross Team Germany, even in the basic model, starts with an almost complete safety package. In addition to the front and rear parking sensors, the reversing camera, the pre-collision system, and the e-call emergency call system, numerous assistance systems are also part of the standard equipment. These include active lane keeping assist, lane tracking assist, intelligence, ACC cruise control, speed limiter, traffic sign recognition, blind spot assist, and crossing assist. In the second equipment line, launch, only the 360-degree all-around view vision system is added. In the Euro NCAP crash test, the Corolla SUV scored 85 and 83% for occupant protection and 82 and 87% for driver assistance and pedestrian protection. Makes 5 stars in the overall rating. When driving briskly with frequent changes from gas to brake, or even just when resolutely accelerating, you have to accept that the electronics led the engine of the leash, but that the speed of the sudden increase in speed only follows with a delay. Often, just a pinch too much gas is enough for this acoustic effect, which takes some getting used to. Those who prefer a calmer driving style will experience the Corolla Cross as a mostly quiet, mumbling fellow whose engine won't annoy anyone thanks to its good running characteristics and a not unpleasant sound. In the all-wheel drive vehicle, the stronger electric motor on the rear axle should also compensate for oversteer or understeer by means of targeted power distribution to one wheel or the other. So it helps to ensure that the car doesn't push towards the outside of the curve or turn to the inside with the rear braking out. How well this works must be shown in harder tests with this variant, which I'm not allowed to do. Even without this torque vectoring, the Corolla Cross is a pleasantly easy to drive car on public roads. The direct, easy to use steering works very precisely and without great concentration. The Corolla can be steered exactly where it is supposed to go, even when driving at high speed. This light-footedness does not come at the price of noticeably stiff springs and dampers. The Cross is a rather gentle fellow who does not give out any hard jolts even on bad roads and does not cause any noticeable bobbing or heavy rocking. The Toyota Corolla Cross shines in the popular class of compact SUVs with suitability for everyday use, good comfort, modern infotainment, very good safety, and the low consumption of the hybrid drive.